Hello, hello. No, I'm not dead. I'm just working and I don't always have time for you. You're like an ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? Sir David the Bard, coming to you out of Australia, Kangaroo City here. I know that I haven't recorded for a couple of days, and I really wanted just to kind of update you guys where I'm at, because some of you need to get a life, and if I don't come on, you'll get another life with somebody else, which I don't care. Anyway, I've been working on the Spanky lawsuit. Spanky is into hanky-panky. Let me tell you something. There was a saying once, that hell hath no fury, like a woman scorned. There's some truth to that. Married to 5 or 6 different women, there's some truth to that. But let me tell you something else that's truthful. Hell has no fury like the Bard being screwed. Anna, you were cute when you went on Facebook somewhere. I don't do Facebook, but someone told me you said the Bard was going to chew Edwin, W-I-N, B Parry, the attorney, up. You're right. He's going to wish he never heard my name. He's going to wish to God he never heard my name. And I'll tell you something. I'm not a vengeful or a hateful person, but this is as close as I get to it right here. Spanky and Express Recovery Services. Now I know there's about 800 of you a day that watch me out of Utah. And I'm inviting you, if any of you have had some negative dealings with Express Recovery Services on Decker Lake Road over in West Valley, if they have done things that are illegal. Now, if you owed money and, you know, it was clear you owed it, don't get me involved. But if they have done illegal things to you and outrageous things to you, please give me an email. You can get me at davidx4494 at yahoo.com. So if any of you have any complaints and want to help me with the hanky Spanky, he's going to wish he would never have heard my name. My email again is davidx4494 at yahoo.com. Give me an email and let me hear your story, and I'm going to let the judge hear it. Now, you know, you guys, now I don't know if you can, well, let's see, can you see this? I can't see it. I don't know what the hell. Hold it up to the king. Okay. Fuck. I never say fuck. Have you seen this man? Warning. This attorney has been disciplined by the Utah State Bar for misconduct and they're warning the public to be aware of this dishonest attorney. Now this guy is invisible, folks. This guy is invisible. I have been on the computer for 20 hours looking for his picture. I finally found his wanted poster I created. There his ass is. There is Mr. Edwin B, like in boy, Parry. So I got a wanted poster for him, and right here is a description that he's an honest to goodness crook. He's a liar, he's a cheater, and he's a thief, according to the Utah State Bar Association. So I had to go get his picture. I had to go put this whole package together. Now, what's the bar going to do with all of these handouts? Well, one's going to the general authorities of the Mormon Church. I don't think they know Brother Parry is such an asshole. It looks like he's carried on a recommend all this time that he's been discounted as not being honest in his business dealings. And let me tell you what I found, okay? He has 10 or more aliases. How many aliases do you have? I don't have any. You don't have any. But crooks, they need aliases. Now, I'll tell you what this guy does. He's funny as hell. He is silent but deadly. He's like the ugliest fart you've ever smelled. You can't find him anywhere. Look him up, Edwin B Parry, on Google, and several sites will come up. No pictures. Not much information. Well, the Bard don't just go there. The Bard goes everywhere. He's 62 years old. His birthday, I think, is January 13th, 53, somewhere in there. And he has 10 aliases. Here's what this son of a bitch does, okay? When he wants people off of his trail, he will put Ed Parry. Then he'll put Ed George Parry. Then he'll put E.D. B Parry. You can't fool the Bard. Every time his address comes up in Bountiful, Utah, on Crestview Drive, it's the Edwin Parry that I'm dealing with. Now, here's what's... I've been busy, folks. I've been busy. I'm working for you here, okay? I'm working for you. If you've got a problem with a collection agency, the Bard is the man. So what I did is I researched, found his wife, found his kids, found their businesses, and found some tax returns. How does the Bard get a tax return on a 501c3? Well, he does. So what I did is I put in a new counterclaim. Now, you know, originally I sued this son of a bitch for $49,500. I resued him. $350,000. The Bard's going to get a raise. The Bard's going to get a raise. And I enjoined the University of Utah Medical Center, the people that turned over my bill to this Nazi. Well, I've been studying both of them, and I'm telling you, it's a quid pro quo. Now, let me tell you something. A lot of you that watch me are Mormons, and you never see, first time I've seen, where does the Mormon Church donate your tithing money? You want to see a $10 million donation? The president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Foundation donated last year $10 million to the University of Utah Medical Center. 501, washing money back and forth, back and forth. Now, how does Spanky deal with this? He donates. He donates money to the University of Utah, which is a 501, allows him to use it as a deduction. Well, then the university kicks him back all of the collections that they can't collect. And so he makes money on that. He pays them back some of that money, and he's a donor. He's a donor. Now, I've been a busy boy. I'm not just sitting here, okay? Been over to the University of Utah, and I did an investigation over there. I talked to the head of their collections department. She didn't know shit. She didn't know anything. She said, when are you going to pay? When are you going to pay? Jesus. Collection people, you know, I don't know. They never went to college. I don't think any college would take them. Anyway, I sat there with one lady and I said, you know, I'd like to see your patient advocate. And she says, well, we don't have a patient advocate. I said, well, are you Joint Commission accredited? She says, yes, we are. I said, then you have a patient advocate 24/7, 365. I'd like to talk to him. Well, we don't have one. I said, are you telling me that you're not going to let me talk to him? Well, I'll make a phone call. So she makes a phone call. Now, you can tell in collections, the fatter the person is, the higher up they are, okay? So, you know, this girl was no Barbie doll. So pretty soon, she says, my supervisor's in a meeting. I said, I don't care. Tell her to get out of the meeting. I want to see the patient advocate at this hospital. He goes, talking on the phone. So pretty soon, the fatter girl comes in. Now this one looks like two trees walking with, you know, the Goodyear blimp holding, the two legs holding the Goodyear blimp up. So she comes and says, what's the problem? I said, well, I'm not quite sure yet, but I think there's going to be a problem. I said, are you Joint Commission accredited? She goes, no. I said, who does the training on the girl that I just talked to? She said, I do. She said you're Joint Commission, so either you're lying or you don't train. Which is it? We've got another accreditation agency. Oh, really? What's the name of it? I don't know. Allison, quit screwing around. So anyway, she finally finds an accredited agency. They're not Joint Commission anymore. And so I said, well, I'd like to talk to your patient advocate of the hospital. She said, well, that's me. I said, no, it's not. You don't even know who you are. You're in the collection department. I want to talk to the head of the hospital. So I said, okay. So she gets on the phone, and they don't know anything. They don't know anything about the law or what they're doing. They're just Mormons repeating what they've been brainwashed to say. So anyway, she sent me out to the desk, and the desk sends me over to the head of the customer relations services of the University of Utah Hospital. So I said, can I talk to someone? She says, well, can I help you? I said, no, you can't. I want the head man. Head man, okay, or woman. So he comes out, can I help you? I said, yeah. So I sat down with him. I went through the whole process with him, and said, you know, we need to set a meeting up so that, you know, the BARD can explain how you need to run this hospital and the collection department. So anyway, I was over there. Then I went over to the main area for collections. The fat lady there, oh my God, she says, can I help you? And I said, I don't think so. She says, put that camera away. I said, no, I'm handicapped. I have a right to run this camera. I'm asking for a reasonable accommodation. She goes, no, this is my office. You can't do it. I said, well, obviously, you don't know anything about the handicap law. Go talk to your supervisor. So she does. I have to go out and sit in the hall. That's where they always send the BARD, out to the hall. So I'm sitting there, and pretty soon the supervisor comes down, and he invites me into her office. Well, I'm in there for a few minutes, and then I said to him, do you mind if I get a drink of water? He calls the fat lady in the reception area there, and goes, would you get him a drink? And she was the one just busting my balls. Now she's running down the hall to get me a drink of water. So I talked to him. He revealed that there's some kind of a quasi-employee-employer relationship with Express Recovery Services and the University of Utah medical system. So anyway, we had a conversation. Let me get to the chase here. Let's cut to the, is it the chase? The really chase? Anyway, the lawsuit is going well. Perry sued my wife, Mercy. Mercy has never bounced a check in her life and has perfect credit. He ruined her credit. So I figure, gosh, if he sues my wife, what's his wife's name? Deanne. So I sued Deanne. I enjoined her in the lawsuit, and I just sent it to him yesterday. So she's in it with the University of Utah. I served them, and I reserved Perry and his group. Well, he's gone berserk. He set off 2 or 3 motions. He's the invisible man. I'm not going to let him be invisible. I'm going to put one of these on his chapel Sunday. I'm going to put one of these on the windshield wipers of his car over where he works, and then I'm going to stand in a public place as his employees go into recovery services and hand these out so everyone can see the wanted poster, and the BARD is telling the world what the Utah State Bar Commission has already told the world. This is a crooked son of a bitch. Don't deal with him. Tell the church, tell his friends. So, anyway, I'm inviting you. If you've had trouble with Express Recovery Services and you want me to hear the story and repeat it to the judge, please, my email, davidx4494@yahoo.com. So, I've been busy. I had to fly in from Kangaroo City into St. George. And the kangaroos, you know, God love them, but they really should work for Air Asia as pilots, okay? My kangaroo pilot went into the old airport. Now it's on a bluff, it's up on a ridge, a plateau, pedestal. God damn it! It's just a big piece of airstrip up there in the middle of nowhere, and it has a cliff all the way around it. Well, anyway, that's the old airport. And my kangaroos can't read English. Now, they only speak Australian. And all of the landing books, records are in English. So we're coming in, and I said to him, because I can go up there and talk to the kangaroo flying, because they're my kangaroos in my airplane. And so I said, you know, I don't see any landing lights. And he says, I don't either. It's probably pretty primitive here in St. George. I said, are you sure you can hit that runway? He said, well, I think I can hop down on it. And as soon as he said that, I'm nervous. When a kangaroo says hop down on it, you know, if he's flying, that ain't good. If it's sex, that's okay. But he's flying. So anyway, son of a bitch lands in the middle of nowhere, no lights on the old airport. And then we look over the cliff, and we see a brand new, magnificent airport that St. George just built. And he looks at me and says, whoops. I said, you son of a bitch. You're going down the road. Alpha and Omega got fired, and I'm going to recommend you to fly Asian Airlines. That's where you go into a steep climb because your instruments aren't working. You can't feel and know what that airplane is doing. It stalls and falls in the ocean. So anyway, give me an email. Let me know what you want me to do here with Edwin B George C, and I'll tell you what he does. He makes it look like a typo. Look him up. Look up the Utah State Bar Association. He's the chair of the collection committee. After they almost disbarred him. Mormonville. How do you get around it? Look at his email. It's Patty, P-A-T-T-Y, so it looks like a typo. And rather than Edwin B Parry, it's Edwin D Parry, one of his aliases. He just changes one letter and makes it look like a typo. They're not typos. He's as crooked as a dog's hind leg. I found his mother. She's dead. She worked for Hugh B. Brown and a couple of the prophets in Salt Lake City, and his wife owns a photography business that is 501c3. How you do that, I don't know. It's a private company, but they filed it as a 501, and she goes around taking pictures of the general authorities. You Mormons that are looking at me, you got her pictures on your refrigerator. This whole thing just stinks to high heaven. He's been invisible. No one can find him but the Bard. I want his ass in court. I want all of his documents public. And anyone that's got a picture of him, please send it to me. I have only one picture, and I'm not sure. I went everywhere. His law school, his high school pictures, nothing. This guy's invisible, and he doesn't want to be invisible. So let's put a spotlight on him. So anyway, pay, lay, ail me. Oh God, hear the words of my mouth. Don't cut my throat, don't cut out my heart, and don't cut my stomach. Health in the navel, marrow in the bones, strength in the loins, sanity, power, and peace be upon me and upon my posterity through all generations of time and throughout all eternity. I'll get back to be more, like I used to be. But you know, when you're in a lawsuit, damn, it's a lot of work, folks. It's a lot of work, and I don't want him getting away with this. I don't want him getting away with it, and I'm going to do everything legally that I can do to screw his life up. I saw a $400 lien that he put on a man's house. $400. He specializes between $100 and $500 in terrorizing people. Take a look. Google Edwin B Parry. You see right on there, he tried to put a single mom who has an autistic son in jail for $600. This guy has no boundaries. Let's give him a couple of boundaries. Give me an email if you know this clown. If you got any information on him I don't have, send it in to me, and I'll get it into court. But tomorrow morning he's going to open the mail up and find out his wife has been sued. And he doesn't owe me $49,500. He owes me $350,000 lawsuit. And he has screwed up the University of Utah hospital because I served them the same suit because he never told them. He never told them they were being sued. He kept that to himself. That's illegal. Everything the guy does is illegal. So anyway, this is the Bard. I'm gone.